Coronation Street reveals Lauren's fresh romance in warm date night scenes. Romance is in the air on Coronation Street next week as Lauren Bolton heads out on her very first date with Ollie Driscoll. The pair enjoy an intimate evening at the bistro, raising hopes that the barmaid's luck and love may finally be turning around. After hitting it off on Christmas Day, Ollie decides to take the plunge and asks his Rover's colleague Lauren out. During their meal, the chemistry is clear as Lauren chats comfortably with her charming date, clearly enjoying the moment. Lauren's been through a lot, a Corrie insider explains. After the trauma she suffered with Joel and seeing her ex, Max sent to prison for more than 6 years, love hasn't exactly gone her way. Ollie hasn't had it easy either, especially after being suddenly dumped by Dee-Dee. They both deserve a bit of happiness and genuinely enjoy each other's company. That said, this is Weatherfield, so it's probably best not to plan a wedding just yet. Buoyed by how well the date goes, Ollie later invites Lauren to join him at a student party in Fallowfield. Thrilled by the prospect, Lauren excitedly fills in Betsy Swain and Carla Connor before panicking that she doesn't have anything suitable to wear. Thankfully, fashion-forward Betsy comes to the rescue, offering to lend Lauren an outfit for the night. Could this be the beginning of a meaningful new chapter for the pair? The storyline may also come as welcome news for Cait Fitton, who plays Lauren, as the actress has previously spoken about wanting brighter days ahead for her character. The more challenges you face, the tougher you become, Cait told Inside Soap last year. That's how I'd love Lauren to be seen, as someone strong. People who survive experiences like hers are fighters. Reflecting on Lauren's past, Cait added, what she went through with Joel taught her a lot about self-worth and how she deserves to be treated. I'd love to see her with someone genuine and grounded, someone viewers can relate to. A slow burn romance would be perfect. And who knows, maybe one day a Corrie wedding, too. Coronation Street spoiler. Jod makes a subtle but dangerous play against Shona. A drained and overwhelmed Shona finally snaps when Lily excitedly rambles on about a hard-to-find collector's water bottle. Spotting her exhaustion, David gently steps in and insists she clock off early to rest. When Shona later confides that she's been thinking about traveling to see their dad, Jod quickly intervenes, cleverly twisting the conversation and persuading her that letting loose on a night out would be a far better escape. As evening falls at the bistro, the mood takes a sharp turn. Shaw grows increasingly irritated after catching Carl paying far too much attention to Jod, and she doesn't hesitate to call him out. Jod immediately switches tactics, presenting herself as innocent and hurt, complete with well-timed tears. Quietly fueling Shona's drinking, Jod then makes a calculated call to David, asking him to come and help get his heavily intoxicated wife home safely. With everything unfolding so neatly, it raises the question, is Jod playing a much deeper game? Meanwhile, over at the cafe, Mal watches Dev and Bernie interact, clearly unsettled by what he sees. Determined not to be pushed out, he later tells Roy that the flat is in desperate need of a full electrical rewire, a claim that conveniently allows him to remain close and involved. Elsewhere on the street, Sam is furious when Daniel reveals that his coursework has vanished without explanation. Piecing events together, Sam becomes convinced that Megan is responsible for the sabotage. Despite Maggie pulling out all the stops in an effort to convince Ben to cancel his plans, the group eventually comes together at the bistro to mark Eva's birthday celebrations. During the meal, Sam listens intently as Daniel speaks at length about the growing issue of students misusing ADHD medication in order to gain an academic advantage. Across the room, Megan casually chats with Will at the bar, all while Sam keeps a sharp and suspicious eye on every interaction. In another tense development, Adam confides in Carl that he's hoping to use Debbie's recent TIA diagnosis as leverage in court, potentially reducing the severity of her sentence. Finally, weighed down by guilt after realizing Summer has been left struggling for money following a costly grocery shop, Todd takes matters into his own hands. He manages to secure an advance on his wages from George and later discreetly hands half of the cash to Summer, hoping it will ease her financial worries. Coronation Street spoiler. Jod quietly tightens her grip as Shona is drawn into danger. Physically drained and emotionally stretched thin, Shona finally reaches breaking point when Lily excitedly chatters on about an exclusive limited edition water bottle. Seeing how worn down his wife has become, David steps in and firmly suggests she take the rest of the day off to recover. Later, when Shona admits she's been toying with the idea of visiting their father, Jod is quick to redirect her thoughts, subtly reframing the situation and convincing her that a night of fun and distraction would be far more beneficial. That evening at the bistro, the atmosphere quickly sour. Shona's irritation bubbles over when she notices Carl paying excessive attention to Jod, and she confronts him without holding back. Sensing the shift, Jod instantly adopts the role of the wounded innocent, putting on a convincing display of hurt feelings and tears. As the night wears on, Jod discreetly encourages Shona to keep drinking before calmly phoning David and asking him to come and help get his wife home once she's clearly had too much. With each step seemingly planned to perfection, it leaves one unsettling question hanging in the air. Is Jod manipulating events for her own hidden agenda? Elsewhere inside the cafe, Mal watches Dev and Bernie together with growing discomfort. Unwilling to remove himself from the situation, he later tells Roy that the flat's wiring is dangerously outdated and in urgent need of a complete overhaul, a convenient excuse that ensures he can stick around longer than expected. Meanwhile, tensions rise elsewhere on the street when Sam reacts angrily after Daniel admits that his coursework has inexplicably gone missing. Connecting the dots, Sam becomes increasingly convinced that Megan is behind the disappearance. Despite Maggie's frantic efforts to persuade Ben to cancel his plans, the group ultimately gathers at the bistro to celebrate Eva's birthday, though the mood is far from relaxed. As the meal unfolds, Sam listens closely while Daniel discusses the worrying trend of students misusing ADHD medication to gain an unfair academic edge. Nearby, Megan strikes up a seemingly casual conversation with Will at the bar, fully aware that Sam is watching her every move with suspicion and distrust. In another unfolding storyline, Adam shares his legal strategy with Carl, revealing that he hopes Debbie's recent TIA could play a crucial role in persuading the court to show leniency and reduce her sentence. Finally, burdened by guilt after realizing Summer has been left short of cash following an expensive grocery shop, Todd decides to intervene. He successfully arranges an advance on his wages from George and later quietly hands over half the money to Summer, hoping his gesture will ease her financial strain, even if only temporarily. Coronation Street airs on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays at 8 p.m. on ITV1 and streams on ITVX.